guys, it's Kevin again, and in this video, I'm going to review the remake of Evil Dead. Now, I know I said I would watch the original first, but I thought that, it's actually pretty short, and this one is too, so I thought that, you know what, I started watching them, I'm like, you know what, I don't want to watch it, I want to watch this one first, and, I was actually really, really looking forward to this movie. It looked brutal. It looked really, even though it looked really brutal and violent, it did look like it was going to be a really good remake, and that was going to have some really awesome visuals and blood and gore. And so yeah, I was really, really looking forward to it. And I gotta say that I really, really loved Evil Dead. It's definitely my favorite horror movie of the year so far. Still have not seen The Conjuring. I want to see it in theaters. Hopefully I can find a way to get my father to see it if I pay for the movie. Maybe I will see it, but I don't know. But so far, this is my favorite horror movie of the year. It's really, really good. One of the best horror movies in a long time. And you know what? I know I love Sinister in 2012. But this just blew that out of the water because this was just done really, really well. And I think one of the things that made this so good was that they really made it, I heard it's nothing like the original. Like, the original is very different from this. Like, this is very different from the original, which I'm actually thinking of watching the original. Now that I've watched this one, I think I'm going to watch the original after this. In fact, why don't I go pop it in right now? So yeah, I'll watch the original after this. So yeah, so basically the plot of this has to do with a bunch of friends going to a cabin in the woods. Yeah, I know, there's no good that can come out of that. Basically there's all these friends, and they're all friends with this girl Mia, played by Jane Levy, who they're trying to help with her drug addiction. And she's basically like really, really addicted to drugs. So they basically bring her there together, away from drugs. They hide it from her, and one day she goes for a walk in the woods, and at the same time, one of them ends up opening this book that when they read it, all this crazy shit will happen, and basically that's what happens. And she comes back, she tells her brother how there was something in the woods, and he thinks that she's just going crazy at first they think she's just going crazy because, she's, she doesn't have any drugs, and they think she's just going crazy because she doesn't have any drugs and that she really needs them, and it's like a psychological thing. But then she starts killing off people and all the crazy shit starts to happen, torture porn, sort of, not really torture porn, it definitely is not torture porn, I will say that. Anyone who thinks it's going to be torture porn, you're in the wrong movie. But they vow that whatever happens, they will stay by her side and, get her a clean slate for drugs. But that ends up being a terrible thing because that's when she starts killing off people and shit hits the fan. And as I said, I really loved Evil Dead. It really was great. And one of the things that I think made it so great was that there was a lot of blood in here, but it's all practical. It's not CGI. If they CGI'd this would not be good. See, I heard that this one was practical and this one was too, but this one actually had better effects. Of course it did, because it's the year 2013, and it really showed that when we do really good practical effects, it really can make the movie better. And I think that's really what made this movie work so well, was the practical effects. That really, really made it work. And I thought that was just really, really good that they had practical effects for this. The other thing that I think really made it work was it's very brutal and dark. The tone is very brutal and dark, and it's at no point silly. There's no comedy at all in the movie. And so yeah, I really like that. And now it's getting the performances for the movie. And I was not expecting a lot from the performances. There actually was some good stuff in here. The main standout is, of course, Jane Levy. This girl's amazing. I've seen her in a couple things. Suburgatory. I don't really watch that show. I don't really like it. I don't think it's all that funny. But I saw her in that, and I saw her in Fun Size, which I liked that movie. I thought it was a fun movie with Victoria Justice. She was funny in that. But this she really was fantastic in. I mean, in the beginning, she's going crazy because she doesn't have any drugs. And then when she becomes evil, it's even more crazy. I did hear there's a point where it's not her, it's another person that's playing her being possessed, basically. I mean, it's the voice of her, but the actual person who's killing off people, that's not the same actress. I can't remember her name, though. But she was really good, too. Whoever played her killing off everyone, she was really good. But Jane Levy definitely is a standout. I mean, she's terrifying. She's creepy. You're scared, she's scared shitless at some points because, what happens to her, once she's unpossessed. And then there's Shiloh Fernandez, who plays her brother, and they actually had some nice scenes together as brother and sister, and I like the early scenes they have together. And everyone else is fine. The Lou Taylor Pucci, this guy in the glasses and everything, he's the one who opens the book, basically. And I thought he was good. He was fine, but Jane Levy and Shiloh Fernandez really were the standouts. And the other thing I'm going to say about the movie is this is one of those movies where once you think it's over, it's not. Boom, there's something else that happens. And it's a very fast-paced movie. That might throw some people off, but it's not fast-paced to the point where there's no story at all. There is a story to this, and I like that they did that because it really did make the movie better because with her going crazy and everything, there's a reason for them why they don't want to leave. One of the things people always say about these movies is, why don't they just get the hell out of there? Because they want to stand by her so she doesn't try and kill herself with drugs, basically. There's a scene here where she's possessed. They don't realize she's possessed yet. She goes down to the cellar of the basement. They think she's trying to kill herself, basically. And I thought that was very well done, the way that was done. I thought that was really good. And, the earlier scenes with her basically just going crazy, again, they all think it's just because she has no drugs. They just think it's that. They don't realize that she's really possessed, and I really like that. The other scenes I liked was whenever they tried to kill her, they ended up killing another character. And I thought that was really well done, too. The deaths in this are very well done. And the other thing that might throw people off is the blood and the gore. Okay, I will say that the blood and gore was a little extreme. There was one scene that's kind of hard to look at where a girl's basically cutting off her arm. It's kind of hard to look at. But other than that, it really was not that bad. If you were able to sit through Final Destination, you're able to sit through this because this is basically like Final Destination, a bunch of Final Destination deaths. All the deaths you see in Final Destination? Put them all into one movie. There you go. That's how bad the violence is in here. And I'd say it is pretty brutal, and I really thought that it was really well done because the way they did it did look really realistic. But it really is not as brutal as everybody says. It definitely is not the most terrifying film experience you'll ever imagine. I mean, if you were to watch this in the theater, oh yeah, I'd be scared shitless in the theater. But watching it on DVD, it really is not as scary. And I mean, there are some scary scenes. The one problem I did have with the movie is that it did not have the "we still gonna get you, not another piece, time to go to sleep." That was not in the movie. And I don't know why they didn't put that in the movie because it was so freaking creepy in the trailer, and that was one of my favorite parts of the trailer to watch. Another one of my favorite scenes was the scene where she cut her tongue. Holy crap, that was amazing in this. I mean, she did that. That was such an amazing scene. I mean, again, it is pretty brutal. But I mean, I guess if you like really good horror movies, you'll be able to get through it. So, Evil Dead is very good. One of the best horror movies. It's the best horror movie of the year so far. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. It's really, really good. Okay, so that's it for my review of Evil Dead. Let me know what you guys thought of the movie. The one thing I'm also gonna say is that on the cover here, this was not in the movie. None of this was in the movie. So I don't know why they promoted this creature so heavily. Yes, it's creepy, but it's not even in the movie. This is in the movie, but not this. I don't know why they did that. But yeah, so let me know in the comments what you thought of Evil Dead. Did you think it was... Let me just fix this, because this is going to drive me nuts. Okay. Did you like that it was a little bit very brutal? Did you like that it had more of a story to it? I heard the original didn't really have much of a story to it. How does this compare to the original? I'm going to watch the original right now after this review. Did you like the scenes between the brother and the sister? Oh, I will say there is one really good scene with Jane Levy, where she gets her hand torn off. I think that is going to be interesting because they're making a sequel to see if maybe she gets reattached or if she doesn't have a hand for the next movie, because she has like no fingers left and she's like this for the end of the movie basically. You know, she's like this basically for the end of the movie because her fingers are all, you know, but that's basically it for my review. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next video. Okay, bye.